CentervilleIowa.com, dedicated to giving you good news only. And we do pretty good by that, Mark. Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff, what do you have for us this week? The play.
The play.
The title, the time.
It is called Goldilocks on Trial, for those of you who don't remember. And it will be at 7 o'clock, I believe, on Friday and Saturday this week.
At the high school?
Yes, at the high school in the auditorium.
Sweet. And you are?
Melvin the Bailiff.
Yes. Can you give us any other cast names of the stars of Centerville that will be performing?
Neil Kaler is Merwin the Big Bad Wolf.
All right.
Zach Bogle is he's one of the three little pigs, the one that didn't get eaten by the wolf.
Good job, Zach. Good job, buddy. No teeth in you.
Shelby Royer is one of the lawyers. I believe she's Goldilocks' lawyer, so she's the one that's not the district attorney. And there's a whole huge cast of people.
Right.
Yep.
Awesome. So I'm looking really forward to it. Friday and Saturday night at the high school. 7 o'clock both nights?
I believe so.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. So make sure you get out there and check out the play. I'm excited.
Oh.
It'll be some good video.
Oh, yeah.
Good video. Few things in the news. I want to keep Relay for Life on everyone's mind because that's coming up. Yeah, it's a few months off, but like to start getting the word out about it. The chair this year is Heaven Boylston. So keep a lookout for things coming up, and we'll have more information as time goes on. We promote Relay for Life throughout the months leading up to, and we might even have an announcement relating to Relay for Life. So we'll just stay tuned. If it happens, it happens, and it's going to be a great thing. But we won't want to give any too many details out, or any really right now.
Until we know for sure.
Until we know for sure what's up with that. Yeah. Report on YouTube channel now over 106,000 video views.
Boom.
And it might be at 107. I haven't checked, but probably closing in on it. If not, the ICI Facebook reaching on average 7,000 a week right now. I think our best week being 10,000. And we see weeks at around 5,000 as well. Make sure you check out our wall. You're going to see a lot more deals out there from sponsors. So, if you're thinking, oh, hey,
What's the deals?
What's the deals with the sponsors at ICI? Just check out our Facebook wall, and you'll always see some posts on their behalf on what's going on with them. So that's kind of new and something that you're going to see a lot more of. So that's pretty cool. Fatal Addiction. And I've mentioned this band before. I'm really excited about it. Southern Iowa band. They're actually out of Oskaloosa. And just a really strong stage presence. Awesome music. I mean, they've got this really southern rock thing, like totally down, but they're so versatile that they can play pretty much anything. They go from Leonard Skinner to Led Zeppelin, and then they might play a Pearl Jam song. But what I'm really most excited about is their originals. Yes. Like, they're like one of my favorite bands now, And anyway, they are in the top 5 to open for Laserfest, so you're going to see some link sharing and things like that on the ICI wall. If you have a chance to vote for them, if you click on that link, the first time you vote might take a few minutes. After that, you can vote once a day, and it's only going to take seconds because you've already, made your little account that takes a few minutes that you have to do. And I'm sure they really, really appreciate it and show our support for Southern Iowa, and the music industry, because they're just amazing, and they've been really, really cool to us. Been out to a few of their shows. We're releasing video. Those Productions has put together quite a collection of live video from them. So, and you'll see those periodically being released over time. We've got a couple out there right now. Today we have Tod Faris from the AEDC, so really excited about that. Yep. We will be right back with Mr. Tod Faris right after this break. Take my hand, buddy.
Your chin's bleeding.
Just shake. Your chin's bleeding. Your chin's bleeding.
My chin's bleeding.
Tod, thank you so much for being with us today. Pleasure as always. always to have you on the show.
No problem.
We're really excited about your news. The new company that's coming to Centerville. It's Shark Shears. Is that the name? Correct.
Close. It's Shark Fin Shears.
Shark Fin Shears.
Yep.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about that and how you got them in here.
Well, the product itself is actually a kind of a high-end scissors that is a product for mostly hairstylists, dog groomers, folks that cut a lot of hair, and has a couple of unique pieces to it, that, including this one little part that separates the fingers called the shark fin. So therefore, it's a patented product. So anyway, that's the inventor of that is Randy Furman.
Okay.
He's got his business in New Jersey at this time.
Right.
Randy's also an avid hunter, loves to hunt. Did some research and found this area to be a wonderful area for white-tailed deer and everything else.
Hey, get a few a year with your car. You don't even have to go out with the bow or the rifle.
Exactly. So Randy bought some land down near Cincinnati.
Okay.
And built a house there this summer. And was very interested in bringing his business here, but he also has a business partner in Omaha, Nebraska, or in the Omaha, Nebraska area. And so Randy came to me and we were visiting, and he said, I'd really like to bring the business here, but my partner would really like it to be in Omaha. And so what can you do? Can you work with the state of Iowa, and we can work out some incentives that would make sense.
Right.
And
So
so
grants like that and stuff available.
to some extent, yes.
To some extent.
And so we started that process in the early fall, and we're still working hard at it. In fact, I'll probably be meeting with Randy again tomorrow. He's in the area again this week.
Oh, cool. So you're doing a little hunting, or is hunting season over?
I believe that's over, but he does spend a lot of time out in his timber.
Oh,
he
cool.
Really does. He's got a lot of acres, and he's in the process of growing his deer, if you might say.
In Cincinnati.
Yeah, just outside of Cincinnati.
Awesome.
Now he also has, so that's his main business.
And they're going to build here on the.
Yeah, in our industrial park.
Okay.
Yep. And very close to where B&K machining and CNC machining.
Okay.
Right in between there.
Right.
He'll put between a 6,000 and 8,000 square foot building out there. So not overly large. It's not a 50,000 or something like that, but it'll be on land that he can expand as needed. So he's not going to go ahead and blow a huge amount of money on a huge building when he needs a smaller building right now. I think that's fiscally responsible on his part.
Yeah.
His plan is to hire 15 people over the next 3 years.
Okay.
This spring, probably next month at the earliest, May at the latest. He'll be hiring probably between 5 to 7 right away.
Okay, cool.
So therefore he can start to work with them a little bit, even train them a little bit in advance. Hopefully the building will be completed in July, where he can move everything from New Jersey here.
Wow.
And then he'll shut
So
it down.
happening pretty quickly.
Yes.
Couple months coming right up.
Very quickly. Now he's going to have a second business. There's going to be Shark Fin Shears.
Right.
But then there's also going to be his other business that he's just starting, which is called Extreme Hunting Solutions.
Oh, awesome.
And he's got two main products, or two main types of products. One is what I would call, in layman's terms, deer feed, like cattle feed or bird feed.
Right.
So it's deer feed with a special ingredient in it that is supposed to help the deer antlers grow faster.
Okay.
That he already has that on the market.
Wow.
And then he's invented a new product that is used with trail cameras. A lot of hunters use trail cameras that are motion censored. So they'll strap it to a tree. As Randy explains, trees aren't straight up and down like a pillar to a building.
Right.
He says, so what you do is you strap it to the tree, and the first thing you do is then you start looking around for a stick to wedge in there to get it angled at the right angle.
Right.
And he says, and you ask anybody that has a trail camera, and that's what they do.
Right.
strap it on, and then look for a stick.
Right.
So Randy invented something that you would be amazed that nobody's ever thought of it before, but he's invented the wedge, which is a plastic a piece that you can, and he's going to have 4 different thicknesses
Okay.
to these wedges, and you'll buy them in a package of 4. And so when you go put your camera on there, then you slide the wedge in there.
And what you need.
No looking for any hardware.
Sticks or whatever.
Stick, yeah. No
That's
hardware
awesome.
stick.
That's awesome.
And so he had just was talking to me about how he's visiting with some major sporting goods companies. We'll just call it that for now.
Okay.
That have already committed to having it on their shelves, and it'll be something probably between $8 to $10. It's not
Right.
a hugely high.
Not even, yeah. They're wedges.
Right, but it is neat that he has met with a lot of these major companies, including one of the larger trail camera companies, to sell them on the idea of putting his wedges in their camera box. Therefore, if you were going to buy a camera, you'd go to Dick's Sporting Goods or Shields or wherever,
Right.
and you'd have camera A here, and you'd have camera B here. This one has a set of 4 wedges in it. This one doesn't. You probably want the one with the extra stuff.
Probably. Correct. Yeah.
And so he's already, the company that he's got making the wedges right now, they've already created molds of the different logos of these companies. So when he goes to talk to the decision makers,
You can pop
he's
that.
got the samples with their logos already on,
Oh, nice.
already embedded into
Yeah.
the product. And so, here's what it's going to be, basically. And so very, very entrepreneurial, but
Oh, yeah,
also
definitely.
marketing, he's got it figured
He's
out.
got it
So,
figured out. Yeah.
all of those products would be distributed from here. And so as he's hiring people, first it'll be for shark fin, because that's what is already in place,
Right.
solid right now. And then he'll have more employees also for
For the distribution, so he's gonna need some
Yeah.
forklift drivers and some packagers maybe, or
a
something.
lot of
like that.
packaging, distribution.
Yeah.
So he'll be hiring, a bookkeeper, a receptionist, office manager, but also warehouse people,
Right.
Warehouse manager. And so he's looking at really trying to get a lot of that major hiring done by the end of April.
That's good. That's good news.
So-
Definitely.
Yeah.
AEDC has a banquet coming up.
Yes, we do. We're very excited. Our annual banquet is March 28th. That's a Thursday, obviously the end of this month. We're very excited about the fact that the Iowa Economic Development Authority Director, which would be our state economic development office,
Right.
their director, Debbie Durham,
Yeah.
will be our guest speaker.
Sweet.
And I always put it in perspective, for those who don't know economic development, everybody understands the governor's position, and then there's a lieutenant governor, and then really after that there's Debbie, as far as business of the state. And
Correct,
Debbie's
okay.
in charge of the economic development portion of developing things at the state level. So it's kind of a neat thing that we are. I've gotten to know Debbie very well, and the fact that she's committed to coming down, and so she will be our keynote speaker of the evening. And this will be at Honey Creek Resort. The last 2 years that we've had this event, we've had right around about 170 people.
Yeah, it's big.
And so it's a big, big deal. I think there's a good chance we may have more because Debbie's coming, but
Yeah, you never know. And her
each
following as well, and whoever
Right.
comes with her. So
and every year that we have it, it's a little bit larger. Honestly, we have a little bit more people, a few more people come every year, and I think people feel it's well worth their time. They learn some things, and it's just a fun night, honestly.
I'm gonna ask her if she minds. I'm gonna try to take some video of her speech there
Okay,
and see if she
I
minds me YouTubing that or not.
I'm confident she won't mind.
Excellent.
But I can do some checking.
You can-
we can
yeah.
communicate. We can
Yeah.
double check. But I'm
It would be just be a
95%
speech by
confident.
itself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it would be.
I think it'd be great. I know she'll do a great job, and she's and honestly, it's an interesting time for her because she's right now we'll just call it in communication a lot with legislators at the state level, both on just the budget for economic development, but also fielding questions, we'll say, for the large fertilizer development over in Lee County, which is over near Fort Madison.
Right.
Just a lot of things that are going on right now that I think the people of our area in southern Iowa would find very interesting.
Right. So we need details. The date. It's coming up a couple weeks here.
Yes. Again, March 28th, which is
Okay.
a Thursday evening.
What are the tickets going for? And
$25.
okay.
And that includes dinner. The dinner, we've got 3 different options. And in my layman's terms, it would be a beef, pork, or a chicken. But the chef out there has very
Yes.
quality names
Yes.
for those
Yes.
beef, pork, and chicken.
Yeah.
And,
Pollo.
and I can't remember any of them exactly. Sauteed and different types of sauces, but it's always excellent food.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
Excellent service. And we will start with a social time, we would call it at 5 o'clock. We will get started likely with dinner. Sometimes we do the awards first, so we kind of change it up a little sometimes. But about 5:45 we'll be starting dinner. So it's a little bit earlier, but that's also because Debbie had asked if we could help get it done a little bit earlier so she can get back to Des Moines a little bit earlier.
Good.
Because she
Yeah.
starts early in the morning the very next day.
Oh, yeah. I hear you.
It's a shame to come to Honey Creek from out of town and not be able to stay.
No, I know, that is kind of a bummer. What a beautiful place that is.
Yes.
Todd, do you have anything else, anything maybe you still want to add about the company coming to town, or anything you forgot to mention before we wrap it up?
2 things I might tell you.
Okay.
I think people might find it interesting, and they're totally unrelated to what we've already talked about.
Okay.
One is I am on a small board of people who make up the Sheraton Valley Regional Housing Trust.
Right, right.
And we had a nice long meeting this morning, and it looks like if things dry up just enough, by next week we can start moving ground or
Yeah.
leveling the area where we're going to be building a house. On
Awesome,
South
that's
15th.
great news, that's great news.
Just south of the Alliant Energy Call Center. Also, we hope within a month we will have 3 different dilapidated houses removed completely. It has been
Thank you.
It's been a battle, I tell you.
I bet, I know,
Going
there's,
through the
you,
process.
yeah, going through that process, you always find something else that's left undone, or that you didn't know about, and just,
Exactly. And
So that's
you know,
great news.
And so that's and it's not really like government agencies that are slow. It's not like that at all. It's just the process of working with when folks have let a home go for a long period of time.
own it, or there's debt, or,
Yeah, there's some liens. There are people that you have to find to have them sign off on it. Family members that didn't even realize that they
house.
had claim to this house that has
Right.
challenges, and so there's a lot of different people who have volunteered a lot of time, a lot of professionals here, that have, attorneys and so on, that have
Right.
really helped us through this process. So like I said, just within, definitely this year we will remove for sure 4, but I would say within the next month we'll have 3
That's
that are
awesome.
gone, so that'll be exciting.
That is
I
exciting.
can keep you posted on that, because you might even
Yes.
have to talk about that
Oh,
some
we
more
will,
in the future.
we will.
To get the corners and
Yeah,
whether
we can have you,
locations
you can
are.
come back on the show, you'll have something else to talk about, I'm sure, here.
You bet.
You always do.
I'll throw in one last thing.
Yes,
The gambling money,
yes,
which would be, and I don't use that phrase usually, but that's what people recognize.
okay,
The Appanoose County Community Fund,
right,
which is a nonprofit organization that receives money from the state,
okay,
about $90,000 a year, that I sit on a board with, that we then distribute that among nonprofit organizations that apply. The deadline for those applications we have moved up this year.
oh, all right,
It's normally in May. This year we have moved it to March 29th,
okay,
which is a Friday. The reason why we did that is the majority of the applications are for outdoor type projects that are tending to be done in the summer.
Right. This
by-
gets their money faster.
Right, exactly. So this way we can get those checks distributed in May. Currently, we've been having the deadline in May, and so then people don't get the checks until July. You know, so if you have a project with a school organization, it's a little harder to get it done, for example, with students or whatever, when they don't even get their money until July.
Right, exactly.
That's the project. So,
Exactly.
it's for, last year we had 40 applications. If you can imagine, that's a lot of nonprofits all just in.
That is, yeah, in Apple News County alone.
Usually, and I think in those projects that we're asking for about $250,000 to $300,000, we've got $90,000 to give out. So it's one of the most difficult boards that I sit on. Great people on the board, but it's difficult to make those decisions.
Make the decisions on who gets the money.
Because there's a lot of great projects, there's a lot of need, but it's a lot of fun too. I mean, I really enjoy being a part of that. So those applications have to be to the AEDC office, so to my office actually, by Friday, 3 o'clock on the 29th of March.
Friday at 3, 29th of March, all you nonprofits. Todd, thanks so much again for being on the show, and we will see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
A lot of awesome news from Todd. Really great having him on the show. Thanks again, Todd, for coming on and giving us that information. You'll get that out to the community, because just a lot of those houses coming down is going to be huge. And their continued involvement in that and getting those things done is going to mean a lot to the community. So I'm really excited about that. We now will take you to the field for our weekly update from the mayor, Jim Sr. Let's go to the field.
Hi, hey, Centerville. This is Jim Sr. I'm the mayor, but don't spread that around. But I just thought maybe here and doing a little thing in my office, I'd just go through some of my piles that I have in front of me and give you some updates on what's going on in Centerville. There's a Betterment or Bust organization's Centerville Fairway Shopping Spree Contest. There's the official rules. We'll make plenty of copies of those and hand them out, but we're going to sell $5 tickets. And if you've got a $20 bill you want to get rid of, you get 5 tickets for $20 instead of just 5 for 1. And it's going to be a $500 shopping spree at Fairway, and it's going to be 2.5 minutes. The 500 is the maximum, and of course you will keep everything you win. But we're going to start March 15th. That's just a couple days off, 3 days off, and we'll sell tickets for a month. The winner will be announced on the 16th, and we'll have the actual spree of shopping at Fairway on the 17th. So let's go over here. Here's Northland Securities. That's we're going to probably refinance some of our bonds that we have, because we have millions of dollars worth. So just 1% or 2 in the interest rate makes us a lot of money to be able to do that. Here's all the mayor's FYIs for the next council meeting. There's a stack of stuff from the Sheriff Valley Transportation Committee. That big file there is Bob. Betterment or Bust. And let's see what's in there. We got of all the things we've got, we Flip This House Rental Expo, raised bed project. That'd be a bed for like garden plants. We're getting some big plans for the levee. We got, you can see everything there, but that's the levee on 18th Street South. And we're going to try to plant a lot of trees. We're going to have a lot of planters, and we're really going to try to beautify the whole area down there around the depot. That depot is a lot of people have been working on that, and they're improving it, and it's going to be a beautiful project. It's going to be a long-term project, but it's going to be good. Right now, we're getting ready. Actually, the next thing on the agenda, there's 4 more meetings today. One of them is at 5:30. We're having our budget hearing. That's for everybody to be able to come in and tell us what they do like and what they don't like about the new budget, which will be published then on the 15th of March as law requires. So, with all that information, we look forward to another update next time. And hey, maybe I ought to have a couple of jokes, you know, kind of loosen it up. It probably gets a little too serious here. But with cheer, I'll say goodbye. Hey, Centerville, goodbye.
I love that guy.
I know. Like, he's just like, all right, well, what do we got here? All right, man, what do we got here? Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's awesome. Jim, we love you. Thanks so much for the update. A lot of good stuff to get out to the community there. And we'll continue to report on all that stuff. Great show today.
Yeah.
Great show. Jeff, the haircut looks great. I just wanted to mention Jeff did receive a haircut
I did.
today from a person that cuts hair. So that was
He's
done.
gonna be a barber.
All right. There you go. All right, Centerville, we'll see you next week.